Hello, and welcome back to this Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play with me, SLJ RPG.
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This train is bound for Bereahard via Keldic.
And in the last episode, we had a little glimpse into the future as we saw mechas or archasms attacking Guerrilla Fortress, as we find ourselves with a team of self-recalled Class 7 stopping the fight. We see the railguns activate, etc, etc. Had all of those guys come around, but we've now gone 5 years in the past, and we find ourselves, as we do on quite a lot of Trails games, and find ourselves on a train. So, with which I believe was Reen, was his name, Reen Schwarzer, for Trista. 400 sails away from Trista. But without any further ado, let's just get into this.
The next stop is Trista.
One of the undeniable pluses of doing this is the fact that with the voice acting means that I'm not going to mispronounce stuff as bad, which, you know, I think everyone can take for being a good thing. So,
we will be stopped at Trista for 1 minute. When disembarking, please ensure no belongings are left behind.
Please do.
Almost there. Man, spring's really in full bloom here, huh?
It really is.
Back home, there was still so much snow on the ground, I hardly even realized it.
So you kind of make the assumption that we're probably from up north, somewhere around there, but that's fine. Apologies if you can hear a slight fan in the background. It's the hottest the UK has been in like 30 years right now whilst I'm recording this. I'm trying to get this pre-done because I'm actually going away with the boys on a stag do. So I need to record now to keep up with uploads. And I've got the fan on because I literally cannot bear it either other way. Apologies if that really hampers the experience, but I'm doing my best I can. I'm doing the best I can. It's mainly because the laptop needs some help. I'm unfortunately playing on a potato PC like I have been most of these. One of the reasons why I mainly stick to playing some of the old school titles. Eventually, I would love to get to a point where I could have a better setup, but I don't for now. But anyway, it's nothing for you to worry about right now. So we find ourselves here. We can see a couple of other guys in red coats. The man with glasses, the girl with a ponytail, the blonde lady in the back. So here we are at Trista Station.
Wow.
Trista, Helmdillar outskirts. Yeah, I've had some issues with recording because of how hot it is. I think it's just been difficult. I think it's been so hot that the PC's really struggled. But, you know what, I'm just going to do it. If there's a little bit of lag, I apologise. I don't have enough time to make it more of a project, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. Anyway, Reen here. Are those Dino flowers?
Never seen so many all blossoming at once.
Here's a perchance for flowers, it seems. Or perchance.
I'll be spending the next 2 years here. Wonder how long it'll be before I think of it as home.
Probably a while. What we do know about Erebonia from previous games, we obviously know about Julia Thorspawn, the Bloodline Chancellor. We know there's tensions between the noble and the commoner. There's a big class divide, which I'm sure will come up.
I think I'm going to like it.
I think I'm going to like it too. I'm pumped to play this, to be honest. As we have this lovely lady come and bump into us. I think canonically, this is the love interest that Reen goes for. I tend to do things in canon. I know that some people have their waifus and stuff. I'm not as bothered about that. I will go for the canon if there is a canon option, just because it adds to the storytelling side of the game. Unless it's Persona 4 Golden, and I definitely just went for Yukiko.
Whoa, sorry about that. Are you okay? I should have picked a better place to take in the scenery.
Don't worry about it. I should have been paying more attention to where I was going instead of gawking at the flowers.
The flowers are undeniably quite nice.
It's really a pretty town, though, isn't it? Just like a postcard.
Yeah, I guess that's the magic of springtime for you. I hope everything in your case is okay.
Oh, don't worry about that. It'll be fine. Hey, you've got the red uniform too, huh?
Yeah, but now that you mention it, almost everyone else on the train had a green jacket. You're one of the few I've seen in red. I didn't really think about it until now. I just put on the uniform they sent me.
I hadn't given it much thought until I got here either. But yeah, like you said, there have been a few others sporting them too, so I doubt it's a mistake. Maybe it means we'll end up being classmates.
I think that is what it means. I think we're going to end up having, my guess is with the divide, we're going to end up with some sort of all-round class, but we'll see.
Anyway, I should get going.
We should.
I've got a feeling we'll see each other again at the entrance ceremony, though.
We certainly will. Never been into blondes myself. I say that.
I totally forgot to ask her name.
My major exes, they have had blonde hair, whereas my current girlfriend has, my long-term and current and probably future wife has brown hair, so...
Oh well. I'm sure we'll run into each other later.
There we go. Nice.
She's right, though. It is weird that there are so few of us in red. Are there even enough to make a class? That orbment they sent with the uniform is pretty strange, too. It sure looks a lot fancier than your standard issue orbment, that's for sure.
It does.
Guess there's no point in racking my brain over it. Someone will probably explain it during orientation.
One would
military
assume.
Academy's on the north side of town. I've still got some time to look around before the entrance ceremony, but it'd be pretty awkward to be late the first day.
It probably will be. Just a smidgen awkward. So, we find our way. Prologue, The Way to Thor's Trails of Cold Steel. In the Azure Let's Play, I always, every time we came on screen, said, Trails to Azure. We're going to have to do something similar here. So, view the summary in your notebook. Events that occur, automatically recorded. You can access both from the back button and from the notes section of the camp menu. We'll do that. The objective, if we press the X button, is there. Head to Thor's Academy. But first off... Oh, we can't see her anymore. Interesting. We're going to try and see some of these capers and some of these guys.
Oh hey, it looks like there's even a little park here. Seems like the perfect spot to catch a breather, what with all these shops around.
Indeed.
Huh? Why is she sleeping here?
Who knows?
Is she a new student? She's got the uniform and all.
She certainly does.
The ceremony's going to be starting soon. Maybe I should wake her up.
We're learning some of the tropes. Sleepy girl, probably really dangerous.
Guess I better go.
She's sure a strange one. Like a stray cat or something. If she's headed to the school, I'd say that's my cue to pick up the pace.
Probably is. That's fine. Let's have a quick look at this menu. We've got a katana there in our blades. Notes, nothing really general, just controls, save, navigation. All fairly good, it would seem. So, I'm not going to use the turbo button at all in this Let's Play, I've decided. We've got one place to go though, said to here. This is the one where I've recorded and I've struggled, but I'm up at the crack of dawn to get it in before it gets too hot. So
this is the town chapel.
It certainly is.
Seems like it's about the same size as the one back home.
We're going to meet a character here. We're going to meet someone that I admired in the first section of this game, I think, if you look in the first part of the Let's Play. The spear user. We don't see enough spear users in JRPGs, in my opinion. I know we have the Dragoons, but it just would definitely be the thing. As we can see, Gaius here, it's a pretty...
Oh, I guess someone's already here.
He's a pretty religious man.
Sorry, am I in your way?
Oh, no, not at all.
Good, good. If you'll excuse me then.
That's one tall guy. And judging by his complexion, I don't think he's from Erebonia.
All Erebonians are white as fuck.
But he's wearing a red uniform too.
Native Erebonians. He's wearing a uniform too.
While I'm here, I might as well get in a prayer for the start of the school year before I take off.
I was listening to a very interesting podcast, State of the Arc podcast, which was talking about how in JRPGs you kind of have to have gods because of the magic system. It's very interesting. Shout out to them. Very good long form reads. I listened to all of their Final Fantasy X, which is a Let's Play you can see on the channel as well, if you want to go back and check that out. But
I shall take my leave here, milady. I pray you find victory here in both your studies and your training.
Indeed. Come on, Marisha Ray.
Thank you, Klaus. I'm leaving everything in your hands while Father is away.
Understood, milady.
Indeed. Lay it on me, boys. The butler seems to be
Please excuse my rudeness, young sir.
seems to be a bit of a mainstay, but as we can see, that is definitely someone from the noble faction.
It truly is a splendid day, is it not? The start of a new chapter in the lives of so many promising youths. Allow me to express my sincerest congratulations on your admittance into this fine academic institution.
Indeed.
Oh. Thank you very much. I'm guessing he's a butler? He certainly looks the part.
He certainly does.
That means the girl with him must have been a noble. She did have a certain dignity about her. I wonder if she's from a famous military family or something.
Here we go. Let's make our way through. Methinks that is going to be the case. She is from a military family.
So this is it.
Thor's Military Academy.
Thor's Military Academy. Founded by the legendary Emperor Drykles himself.
Orbital cards have of course made it to Erebonia. I mean, it's unsurprising. It seems like they're probably the wealthiest. Well, certainly one of the empires, but all-encompassing, so they're going to be pretty advanced. As once again, we see another butler.
Thank you for your patience, sir. We've arrived at the academy.
We certainly have.
Much obliged.
Please, if you'll allow me to take your luggage.
That won't be necessary. I prefer to avoid standing out too much.
But, sir...
This isn't open for debate. Take whatever rest you need, then return to Berea.
Nice.
As you wish. I shall be departing then, sir. May your time spent in these hallowed halls be all you've hoped for. Please take care of yourself.
We will obviously be taking very good care of ourselves. So it's... Once again, if this guy isn't a noble, I will eat my cannulas. I'll eat my words. He's so blatantly a noble. Only nobles are going to have the dollar to use those orbital cards.
Wow, an orbital limousine. And one of Reinford's fanciest models, too. Looks like even Erebonia's upper crust send their children here.
Of course they do. Just 1 second, guys. I'm just going to adjust my microphone. I can't believe it's taken me a year of doing Let's Play, so a year and a half of doing Let's Plays and channels, not to think to put my microphone on more stacks. So this should be a way clearer thing for you, and also away from the stream of the things a little bit more. But let's make our way in.
Welcome to Thor's Military Academy.
Welcome. Very young person here.
Let's see. Yes, you're the last of them. That'd make you Breen Schwarzer, right?
Indeed.
Yes, that's me. It's a pleasure to meet you. But how do you know me?
It's a long story. Don't sweat the details right now.
I'm aware that this character's a bit of a fan favourite from Reddit, but...
Is that your weapon you've got wrapped up?
I'll need to hold on to that for the time being.
Oh, right. It mentioned something about that in the guidebook.
We handed his bag to the not-so-chubby boy, it must be said.
Thanks. We should be able to return it to you before long.
I mean, he's not obese, but I know that my standards of obese compared to some places is probably pretty low, because, you know, we don't have as much of an issue with it here. I mean, it's still an issue. I'm getting onto social political commentary here already, which this game is going to be thought of because there's a lot of class shit, but anyway.
The ceremony is going to be held in the auditorium. Just head straight back. You can't miss it.
Certainly can't. Let's go.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy your first day at Thor's.
I think I'm going to enjoy it as well. I think I enjoyed my time at Genus Academy, back in Skies.
We're glad to have you. I hope these next 2 years will be a fruitful time for you.
It's a good voice, whoever that voice actor is. I like it.
I guess those two must be second years? That girl definitely looked younger than me, though.
She certainly did.
What was that about me being the last? I'm not seriously the very last student to check in, am I?
There's literally a student coming up behind you, but that's fine.
Sounds like it's about time for the ceremony to start, though. Well, here's to the start of a great 2 years.
Let's see how great it is. What shit's gonna come down? Oh man, I'm so hyped.
Now, if I may, I'd like to say a few words in closing about this Academy's illustrious... Thor's Military Academy was founded almost 220 years ago. Its founder, as I'm sure you're all aware, was none other than the great Emperor Drykos. The very same emperor who ended the War of the Lions and returned prosperity to the Erebonian Empire. 30 years after becoming emperor, in the later years of his life, he opened the doors of this institution.
What would be cool is if one day there was like a prequel game following Drykos, like seeing the foundations of Erebonia and Liberel, see where these things came in. We've already got the stuff because we know of the Liber Arc, but I digress.
It was to be a place where young people like yourselves could learn the art of war. But with the mechanization of the military, many of our graduates now pursue careers outside the army. Our mission, however, remains the same: to prepare our students to fulfill Emperor Drykos' famous mandate. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Absolutely no pressure there whatsoever. None. No pressure.
Though much has happened these past 2¼ centuries, the world is still the domain of the young.
It definitely is a good quote, though.
Yet still the question remains: what qualities must one possess to become a part of its foundation? I hope this credo will serve as a guide and an inspiration to you during your 2 years at this academy. Go forth, my students. The world awaits the great things you will one day accomplish.
The foundation of the world, huh?
No pressure, right?
No kidding. Though, this is Drykos the Lionheart we're talking about. He didn't earn his nickname by taking the easy road. Guess we've got more to worry about than just passing exams, huh?
I guess we do. I'm Elliot Craig. Nice to meet you.
We, of course, in the starting area, there was, they called for Army Lieutenant Craig, or Crag, or Crag, or Craig. They seem to say it weirdly for my books, but maybe that's just my accent coming through. But this must be his son or something?
Reen Schwarzer. Hey, looks like we're sporting the same school fashion.
Yeah, no idea what the red uniform is supposed to mean, though.
Absolutely no idea. Also, there's a definite Like, there's 2 twins, there's some triplets that we can see.
Most of the other students are wearing green. Well, except for the ones in the white uniforms. Those must be the nobles.
Looks that way. Though...
It's a little hint there, a little hint of what's going to happen.
Nah, just thinking to myself.
And that brings us to the close of Thor's 215th entrance ceremony. Next, please proceed to the class designated in your guidebook. There, you will go over the school rules as well as your class's curriculum. That is all. Dismissed!
The class designated in our guidebook?
By the way, in order to mitigate the fan as much as I can, I am kind of muting and unmuting the microphone. It might be a little bit jarring, but it's what I'm dealing with. I've got limited resources here, just so you're aware. I'll provide commentary at most points, but yeah, just so it's less of a horrible experience.
I've never seen anything like that.
Or I'm gonna watch this back and be like, bleh, but then we'll see.
There wasn't any information on that in mine either. I just assumed they'd tell us where to go after the ceremony.
All right, students in red uniforms, if I can have your attention, please. By now, you're probably all confused. Where's my class assignment, you're probably thinking. That's perfectly understandable. Your situation is a little more complicated than the other students. But before I explain, I'd like all of you to join me for a special orienteering exercise.
Orienteering, another name for going through a dungeon.
What?
Did you mean an orientation exercise?
Nope.
Worry not. Everything will be made clear soon enough.
Indeed it will.
Now, right this way, if you would.
So, we obviously recognise this instructor. We also recognise the blonde guy next to him in the entrance ceremony. Next to him, next to her.
Looks like we're gonna have to follow her if we want any answers.
It would seem that way indeed.
What do you think this is all about?
We shall see.
I have no idea, but we're not going to accomplish anything just standing around here. We should go with her.
Let's make our way to the old schoolhouse, a running theme, as we pan back here to see some very, maybe not so impressed nobles. Academy, old schoolhouse. We can see that there's 9 of us as well.
What is this place?
Why is there a building this dilapidated on campus? It looks like it should have been torn down ages ago.
Seems to be a running theme of all education in the Zamorian continent that they have a rundown building.
What does she even want us to do here?
Is she ever gonna tell us what's going on?
No.
I suppose we'll just have to go inside and see for ourselves what awaits us.
This place looks like some old haunted mansion or something.
Now that you mention it, it kinda does. I think this is everyone I've seen with a red uniform so far. I guess we really are part of the same class then.
Indeed we are. Now this is where it's been choppy for me. A little bit, but it seems way less choppy. Maybe a smidgen.
So, these are our new underclassmen, huh?
They certainly are.
Yep. They've got a different set of hoops to jump through than we did, though. I'm just happy all our work's paying off.
You should be.
I'd hate to have put in a year's worth of effort for nothing.
Ain't that the truth? Wait, when did you do any work?
I like the guy with blonde hair, the grey hair's design.
You were just slacking off the whole time.
Says the master slacker. Still, looks like Elisa's got some stiff competition. Quite a bevy of beauties they've got there.
Of course, the leather-clad girl is a sex pest.
And I'm looking forward to getting intimately acquainted with each and every one of them.
Oh, you know one of them? Wait. No, not these ones too. Stop flirting with every damn girl you lay eyes on. Do you have any idea how many guys at this school have gotten their hearts broken because of your libido?
I mean, if can't make people like you, mate. Also, why isn't she wearing a uniform like the others?
Did you just sneer at me? Oh, you did, didn't you?
Come on now, no fighting, you two.
Well, look who finally made it. Nice work.
You got our little chickadees all sorted out, I take it?
Yep, they're all bright-eyed and ready to go. So from here on out, we're gonna have to give it all we've got to support this fledgling class.
Here we go.
Now you sound the part of the student council president.
Guess she's going all in.
Well, they'd be in for a pretty rough time if we didn't help out a little. At least to start with, anyway. Everything's ready over there, right?
Indeed it is.
You betcha. Just like the instructor asked. Can't help but feel a little sorry for them, though.
Same here. They've got no idea what they're being tossed into. The class they've been picked for didn't even exist before this year.
It did not.
Guess all we can do is watch and see what they're made of, right?
It would seem so. Let's see what we're made of. They're made of. We're all made of. Oh man, I'm excited. Genuinely, really, really excited. Old schoolhouse, first floor. Sarah Wellstein.
The name's Sarah Wellstein.
Wellstein, sorry.
I'm the instructor in charge of Class 7, which means you get the pleasure of seeing me all year. Glad to finally meet you.
Wait, Class 7?
Mm-hmm.
Us? I'm not sure I understand. I wasn't told anything about this at enrollment.
Excuse me, Instructor Sarah? I was under the impression that there were only 5 classes at this academy, and that students were split among them based on their social class and home region.
Right you are, Miss Top Scorer on the Thor's entrance exam.
Diversifying it a bit.
Students in each year are divided into 5 classes, 2 for the nobility and 3 for commoners. And it's been that way for ages, right up through last year. But this year, we decided to shake things up a little.
What do you...
Also, where's the 6th class gone?
We now have a 6th class, fittingly titled Class 7. And in Class 7, we recognize no distinction between nobles and commoners.
Very fittingly named.
Wait, you just jumped straight from 5 to 7?
Glad I'm not the only one pointing that out.
You're really putting nobles and commoners in the same class?
This must be some kind of joke. And why is this the first I've heard of it?
Well, who are you again?
Macius?
Macius Regnitz. And with all due respect, Instructor, it's ludicrous to intermix nobles and commoners like this.
I mean, that's bullshit. You get to know people, you know they'll be better. But I do side a little bit with the class struggle.
Must I be forced to spend my next 2 years shoulder to shoulder with those arrogant, stuck-up hedonists?
You do know I'm not the one who made the decision, right?
No.
Besides, what's the big deal anyway? You're all kids. Can't you all just get along or something?
Just get along? And how would you propose we do that?
Who knows?
And what's your problem?
Oh, nothing much. I just find the irony of your behavior rather humorous.
It is a little bit.
Is that so? It seems the scion of some noble house has left the comfort of his mansion to grace the unwashed masses with his wisdom.
I'm gonna try and see it without the fan, see how it goes.
Please, milord, do share your esteemed name with us so I can give you all the respect you deserve.
Eustace Alberea.
Eustace is how you say his name.
Not that I'd expect the name of an arrogant, stuck-up hedonist to lodge itself in that hard head of yours.
He's from one of the 4 great houses.
We're learning a little bit more about the class.
The son of Duke Alberea.
Divide.
The Kreutzen province in the southeast.
Well, you don't get much more noble than that.
Interesting. I'd heard the rumors.
I like how it means nothing to the others.
Do you expect me to be impressed? Your family lineage means nothing to me. I'll never bend my knee to the likes of...
Okay, that's enough. I'm sure a couple of you have a few grievances, but now's not the time. I'll hear your complaints later.
Indeed.
Right now, you've got your orienteering exercise, and far be it from me to keep you from our fun little icebreaker.
You mentioned this orienteering exercise earlier. What exactly does that involve?
It's a form of outdoor competition, isn't it? Something like a cross between a map reading exercise and a scavenger hunt?
We used to have to do it at school, and I always found it incredibly boring. I liked PE. It wasn't that. I've always been somewhat of an athlete, so it's never been an issue.
Is that why they asked us to hand over our weapons at the gate?
Nothing gets by you, does it? But I don't want to spoil the fun, so let's get started, shall we?
What?
Oh, crap.
Indeed.
What?
Ah!
Takes the opportunity to jump.
Come on, Fee. No cheating. You're going with them, and that's that. What's the point in having an icebreaker if you don't make a couple of new friends?
Lame.
Fee's the lone wolf type.
Oh, what just happened?
The floor gave out from under us.
I can't believe I fell for such an obvious trap.
Does this mean there's a series of catacombs beneath the school grounds then?
What does that woman think she's playing at?
Fee landing on her feet.
I thought my heart was going to jump out of my chest. Hey, Reen, are you... okay?
We find ourselves in a compromised position.
Easy now. Hands where she can see them.
Oh, what happened? Huh?
Well, this is a bit awkward.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Still, I'm just glad you're okay. That's what's really important here, right?
Indeed. We get told.
Wow, it's just not your day, is it?
Well, now that I've hit the bottom, things can only improve. I hope.
One would think. As we can see, all of our boxes being strewn out here.
What is this place anyway?
I was wondering the same thing. We should check out those tables. Huh?
Is this?
It's coming from the devices we received with the Academy guidebook.
Seems to be some sort of portable orbment.
Right you are. These handy little devices are a special kind of battle orbment.
Is that Miss Wellstein?
So, these devices have built-in communications functionality then?
Wait, don't tell me these things are...
New model battle orbments made through a partnership between the Epstein Foundation and Reinford Company. Newly made 5th generation battle orbments, in fact. They're called Arcus units.
Arcus.
So these are battle orbments. That means they'll allow us to use arts, right?
Sure will. Just set a quartz into one of its slots and you can use arts all the livelong day. Which is why I've prepared enough quartz for each and every one of you. The weapons you brought are all here too, each packaged neatly along a little box containing a quartz. Find yours and try setting the quartz into your Arcus.
I suppose it can't hurt to try.
What is this woman thinking?
Let's see. Mine is that one.
We of course have seen Master Quartz in the last on Trails to Azure, so we know it's a thing.
I see mine over there. Let me just go grab it, okay?
As we see our katana. Sorry, it's not katana. He says there's something else slightly later on. I've forgotten what it was. A tonfi? No, that's what Azure had. But without further ado, let's grab this. Obtained force.
What's this?
That's called a Master Quartz. If you set that into the large slot in the center of your Arcus, you'll be able to use arts.
Fun, fun, fun!
Go on, give it a try.
So, orbments, a general term for mechanical devices that extract orbital energy from septium. We know this already. We can set it depending on the quartz they say are made for the users, so internal structures vary from one unit to the other, and septium fragments called sepith. You can set orbments into a huge variety of powers and properties. Very nice, so let's go ahead and set our Master Quartz. They level up with us, which is always very good. We get force. So let's go ahead and put in our force 1. Give us the power Firebolt, which is obviously going to come in quite handy.
What in the world?
That light means that you've successfully synchronized with your Arcus. Congratulations! Now you can use arts as much as you want.
Fun, fun, fun!
These Arcus units have plenty more nifty features. But I wouldn't want to bombard you with too much info all at once, so we'll cover those another time. Anyway, since you've got your Arcus all set up and ready to go, here's what I want you to do. When you step through that door, you'll be in an underground testing area. Basically, it's a dungeon. It's pretty large and full of twists and turns. I'd almost guarantee you'll get lost at least once.
I don't think I am, but that's fine.
But when you find the exit, you'll be able to return to the first floor of this old schoolhouse. There are monsters wandering around though, so don't let your guard down even for a moment. With all that said, let's commence our special orienteering exercise. Your objective is to make your way through this area and back to the surface.
Sounds easy enough.
Make it back in one piece, and I'll be happy to field any complaints you might have. If you make it back safely, I might even give you a kiss. Free of charge. On the cheek, of course.
Widely inappropriate. Always the way in these games.
I don't think she's joking.
And just where do you think you're going? Were you planning to wander off on your own without saying anything?
I have no interest in becoming friends with anyone here. And I'm surprised that you, of all people, give a damn what I do.
He cares so much.
Unless you've suddenly decided you do want to keep company with one of those stuck-up hedonists after all. Still, if you're afraid of the monsters, I suppose I could accompany you. After all, what kind of Erebonian noble would I be if I didn't have at least some degree of prowess with a sword? And noblesse oblige dictates that it's my sacred duty to protect powerless commoners such as yourself.
What the hell? Nobody's asking your high excellency to deign to help us.
It's difficult because Macias is a bit of a dick, but so is Gaius. I've already forgotten. Eusis, that's it. Yeah. It's difficult to know whose side to take.
That's how you're gonna be. I'll just find my way out of here before you. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself without some relic of an outdated class still dragging me down.
Brutal. They're more alike than they think. It's probably what's going to end up happening.
What should we do?
The only thing we can do. We should begin exploring these ruins ourselves. I believe it would be prudent to remain in small groups, however. Would the two of you have any objections to accompanying me?
Oh, no, that's fine. It would be a huge help, actually.
And you're welcome to join us as...
Stealthy ass Fee just running. Oh no, she's gone.
Well, I suppose that's a no. Perhaps we'll run into her along the way and she can join us then. So, shall we be off? I'm certain you gentlemen will be fine, but do take care.
Okay.
Took the gender thing way too far.
If you'll excuse us, please.
Elisa's not a fan.
Not such a hot first impression there, huh?
You can say that again. I'll have to clear things up with her later. Anyway, how do you guys want to do this? Should the three of us stick together too?
Sounds good to me. I'd get pretty anxious wandering around a place like this alone.
No objections here. I'd be happy to accompany you.
Yes, Spear Boy. Gaius Warzol.
I don't believe I've introduced myself yet. My name is Gaius Warzol. I just arrived in the Empire, so any help you can offer would be much appreciated.
Almost seems kind of Spanish looking.
So you're from abroad. I'd been wondering. My name's Reen Schwarzer. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Elliot Craig. So, you fight with that?
Of course. Why else would I be carrying it?
Indeed.
It's a spear, but it has that odd cross.
Everyone's just like bobbing slightly.
It looks kind of awesome.
Think of it as combining the best parts of a spear and a poleaxe. I was pretty handy with it back home.
My favourite. Also, it's like a cross, religious.
But speaking of weapons, I have to say, yours looks pretty unique.
Oh, this thing.
Is it a staff? Wait, no. It's an ornament, isn't it?
Both, actually. It's an orbital staff. The tech is pretty recent. This one's still a prototype, more or less. Back during enrollment, they told me I had some aptitude for it, so when it came time to choose, I just sort of ran with it.
Of course you did.
Interesting. I've never seen anything like it before.
Can't say I have either.
Shades of Teotot, of
They're still in
course.
development, apparently, so there aren't too many around just yet. But that said, I'm curious about what you've got there, Reen.
So it's not a katana, it's
my sword?
It's like a long sword, we know this.
Yeah, but what kind of sword is it?
It's different from the kinds of swords I thought the people in the Empire used, though.
It's an Eastern style of saber called a tachi.
Tachi, that's right, okay.
When you slice it, though, it's basically a long sword.
Tonfi is like the batters.
Wow, that's one beautiful blade.
The craftsmanship looks exceptional.
They're renowned for the layering of their steel and the sharpness of their edge. Truth be told, though, I'm still a little hesitant to be swinging around something this dangerous.
Seriously? If that's what hesitant looks like, I'll bet confidence will make you unstoppable.
Certainly will.
Well, you sound like a good guy to have around when the going gets tough. Speaking of which, I think we've been standing around long enough. We should really be getting ourselves into trouble.
I think I can manage that. You saw it yourselves. Trouble has a way of dropping in on me. Let's take it slow and steady, though. We need to adapt to each other's fighting styles to really gel as a team.
Got it.
And I think this is a good place to say, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time when we go through the catacombs, see what's happening. Peace.